Okay, so let's be real. Every type of technology they have, you pretty much probably give it to them. You give them a phone, you pay for the Wi-Fi, you like have a computer, TV, streaming, the whole deal. Right now, remember years ago, I grew up in the 90s, like we had radio, and anything bad was like scribbled out on the TV, or it was like super late night where I couldn't watch it anyway. So the first thing is to understand that you actually have a lot of control over what they see and do when it comes to their technology. And if you haven't gotten the guide already, it's down below. You can get it for free. It's a workbook to help you and your teen like set some goals while using their technology, such as their cell phone. And one of the things I suggest in there is that you guys come up with a goal that they are very interested in, that is what they're going to focus on. Like when they're in the car and kind of mindlessly scrolling, and what do they say? An idle mind is room, like I don't know, like the devil's playground or like something like that. But like seriously, if your teen is just kind of like scrolling for no reason and they are looking for something that's going to make them feel good, they had a rough day, they're bored, they're looking for some stimulation. And I promise you, just as sure as the devil is the devil, he is going to find a way to your kids to get them to be inspired or encouraged or motivated by something that they don't need to be inspired, encouraged, or motivated by. So by using this guide and having these very open conversations, your 16, 17-year-old, your 15, 14-year-old, they are old enough to have the conversation that says, hey, look, when I was your age, we did not have all this like unlimited access. Like I can't control everything that you see. You can't control everything that's going to pop up on your phone. I mean, people are trying to hack phones and send text messages and emails and stuff that are like, there's so much stuff going on. You can tap into your camera. They're listening through your Alexa. Like it's a lot to try to keep your kids protected when it comes to the internet. But one thing you can do is one, have those open conversations with them and say, hey, look, if you're going to be on it anyway, let's just set a goal. Having honest conversations about let's make this intentional. Like you sitting on the phone scrolling through, TikToks doesn't have to be pointless. Setting limits to things seems to be like the most common, like, okay, so only a certain amount of screen time, but like, no. The screen time needs to have a purpose. Oh, well, sometimes I just want to veg out and relax. And trust me, like I had these videos to make, right? My goal was to make a certain amount of videos. And I was sitting around scrolling on my phone for an hour and a half, not anything important. I was hopping between TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and I just, and then every now and then I check my email for no reason. There was no purpose. I was just bored. And now it's later that I wanted to be working on this, and I'm still recording. I just decided to sit on my phone way too long. I remember when I was teaching school, I would watch the Bravo channel for hours. I would come home and cut that TV on and put on Bravo, and I would watch Housewives, Below Deck, Vanderpump Rules. I'd watch it until it went off at 4 o'clock in the morning. And between 4 and 6, they would show infomercials, and then they put it back on at 6. Like, why do I know that information? Because I literally watch that channel all the time. All that potential time wasted, and it was on purpose. If you guys grew up in the 90s, I want you to think about the Batman movie that had Val Kilmer in it. He was my favorite Batman. And it had Jim Carrey in it. And he came up with like some kind of technology that like it had like a wand, and it would like hook to the TV, and then it like hooked into your brain. It was supposed to create this like 3D like holographic experience for you on the TV, right? But what they were really doing was snatching up your mind and looking at your memories and getting all your thoughts. And I'm not saying that's what's going on right now, but what I am saying is what was happening is people were just sitting and they were zoning out. And while they're not necessarily stealing my thoughts, they're stealing my time, and it's stealing opportunities for me to go out here and do something awesome with my life. Do I need to work 24 hours a day? No, but I know what my goals are, and I know I have passions, and I know I want to take a Disney trip. I know I want to retire my mom. I was talking with her last night. Like how much money do I need to, like, what's the number that can bring you home for you never have to work again? Like I have important things that I need to take care of. I have no business sitting and watching TV for 5 and 6 hours. It's not necessary. So where am I going with all this? I want our kids to understand their purpose, which means that they frequently need to check what their purpose is, which means that they need to be looking inward for what their purpose is, what they're excited about. What's the next step in their life? Are they excited about traveling, start a vending machine business, all of these different things? I see all kind of ideas on how young people can start businesses. And I'm not saying every young person needs to get into entrepreneurship. What I'm saying is that their scrolling can be purposeful. You can guide them to help them set goals. You can give them space to talk about things that they're interested in. It is not by chance that your kids are interested in the things they're interested in. It is not by chance that the world out here, the evil at B, have created all of these things to just distract us and pull our minds away from it, and be a source of very artificial comfort for us. My phone is not a comfort. It's not. The TV is not a comfort. The music is not a comfort. The comfort's going to come from within, right? And so as we talk with our kids and give them space to talk about things that they are really excited about on a personal level, like deep down in their heart, we're teaching them to rush after the Holy Spirit that is within them. That's what all this boils down to. The world, again, the devil's going to devil. He is counting on the fact that we are going to turn outward into the world for inspiration. That we're not going to rush after God that is within us, to ask the Holy Spirit how we can use our gifts and our passions. Like that's not happening. I'm turning to TV. I'm turning to music. Oh, it's so inspirational. And it's great to be inspired by other people, but it's also really great to be inspired from within. Turning inward and setting personal goals for personal development, setting time aside to focus on my passions, taking time to meditate on what God really has for me. I had to look at that internally. And this guide down below can help you. It's got some prompts for you, it's got some prompts for them, and then it's got some examples. It can start small, like it doesn't have to be some kind of spiritual awakening that I'm kind of referring to. It could just be something simple as, I want to get my driver's license. I want to go on a trip after I graduate high school. Like I want to go to Europe, or I want to go to the beach with my friends for a couple of days, like whatever it ends up being. Teaching them that their interests and their goals, as minor as they may seem to you, to us, in the big scheme of things, right? We're trying to help them be adults and pay bills and all that kind of stuff. But like, they can just be kids for right now. And so focusing on the delights of their heart and allowing space for that, and teaching them how to set goals about that and meet them. So check it out below and let me know what you think. Talk to you next time.